welcome back to my channel. This is actually my second time trying to film this, well actually filming it, because I filmed this yesterday, not as you're watching this, but yesterday as I'm filming this, and I had a bit of a freak out yesterday because I also filmed the look that went up on Friday, and my computer would not allow the memory card to upload the footage. Turns out there was one file and the whole memory card that was corrupted that was causing the trouble, and it was the favourites file. So that's why I'm filming again. I better start off though and let you know what's on my lips, because I'm sure people will ask. And I am wearing the MAC Temperature Rising Lip Crayon, or lip, yeah it says lip crayon, lip pencil rather. And this was a limited edition one, but they do have some like nice bright orange ones like in store all the time, so you can definitely pick one up. And there are plenty of other brands like I don't know, NYX and stuff like that that do bright colours. And then I have the Colour Boost by Bourjois in, what's this guy called? Orange Punch. And that is just this gorgeous coral orange, and together they just look fab on the lips. So there you go. Now we'll jump into the favourites. And I'm in a bit of a funny mood today, I don't know why. It just happens sometimes, so I hope this doesn't come across too much on camera. The first favourite anyhow is a funny one, because I think it's the first time I've ever featured a favourite of something that I don't own. Yeah. So this is actually the nail varnish I've been wearing, and you will have noticed, anyone who watches my videos regularly will see that I've had this on all month, literally all month. So 3 weeks ago to the day as I'm filming this, I was at the G Hotel with a load of other bloggers. We were very kindly invited to a hair salon here in Galway called URLs to get our hair done and our nails done. And I got my nails done there by a lovely girl called Lily, who was from Croatia, and she popped this, well I chose the colour, and she put this on my nails. So it is CND, and it's one of their Vinylux nail varnishes, and it's called Married to the Mauve, and I can't believe how well it has lasted. Now I know it is definitely starting to get a bit crap looking around there, and I have cut my nails, but I'm going to show you a clip now of me a week into wearing this. So I have been wearing this nail varnish now for a full week. It was this time last week, so it's actually a little bit more than a week. It's like a week and a bit, a week and like a bit of a day. But this is the nail varnish that the lovely Liliana, I think her name was, in URL's salon did on me last Thursday before the G Hotel event. And it's Thursday now, here again a week later, and look how perfect it is. I mean, there's not a chip in sight. If anything, like I have found in the past with similar nail varnishes, that they start to wear away a bit, and it's not even like happening that much here. There are a couple of dents in it, if you know what I mean, but absolutely no chippage. I just can't get over how amazing these are. And she did a base coat of the CND clear, whatever the clear coat was. She did 2 coats of this, which is called Married to the Mauve. It's the Vinylux finish. And then she just did 1 more clear coat over the top to keep it in place. And it's utterly perfect, well, more or less perfect, a week later. So impressed with that. I've never been so impressed with the longevity of a nail varnish in my life before, and I do quite like the colour as well. And then here's a picture of how it looked, say, on Monday just gone. So that would have been still about 2.5 weeks of wear, just before I clipped my nails, because I can't stand having long nails. It still looked pretty good for 2.5 weeks, and then here's how they look now. So I can't get over how well this has lasted. I mean, it really is the longest lasting just normal nail varnish I've ever worn, and I have tried my best to see if I could pick it up in Galway anywhere, and it's not available like in any like beauty supply store or anything like that. So what I'm going to do next is go onto Amazon, because it is there, and whenever I have a bit of money again, I will pick up a couple of shades, because it is easily the best nail varnish that has ever been on my, like the best longest lasting nail varnish that has ever been on my nails. And like my nails get a battering, especially like I was up in IKEA earlier on in the month and was making up furniture and everything, and yeah, they still lasted really well. So that's the first favourites. Now next I'm going to tell you about the little Dream Team Complexion Dream Team that have been doing good things to my skin this month. So I have been loving this guy, which is the Miracle Complexion Sponge by Real Techniques. This is kind of the closest dupe in actual performance to the Beauty Blender, which I do love, but because the Beauty Blender is A, quite expensive here in Ireland, and B, harder to get hold of, I don't use it as much, because I'm quite aware of the fact that once it's gone, I won't be able to replace it as easily as this. And this is only like 1/3 of the price, less than 1/3. Actually, it's less than 1/4 of the price, if I'm correct. Yeah, around that. And even though I think this is very similar, I do see it disintegrating a little bit faster than my Beauty Blender, but nonetheless I love how this applies my makeup. So this is what I've used today for my makeup, but this is what I've been using a lot lately, and I've mentioned this on Snapchat and other places, but I never thought I would become such a sponge makeup application lover. Just a sponge lover, because I love my brushes normally, and my poor old brushes haven't been getting half as much of a look in lately, so really loving that. Now another thing that, okay, you'll have seen this a million times before, it is my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. I'm just showing this because these are literally the ones that I've been using together constantly, so really love that. I'm number 15, which is hard enough to get here. I think you can only get the 15 in bigger stores. It's usually the 10 and the 20, and the 10 is darker than the 15. Okay, so these two things, I have a reason behind showing them. First of all, the Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum. Love this. I have this on today. It gives a really lovely natural luminosity to the skin. Beautiful coverage. It lasts very well. I just love how your skin looks like skin, even though I have a massive spot coming through there. But anyhow, this is a gel foundation, even though it doesn't really feel like a gel foundation. It has more of a slightly more fluid consistency, and it has 16 hours radiance boosting. So anyhow, I love this, and I had a bit of a heart attack when I found out that Bourjois are being bought over by a different parent company. So Bourjois used to be owned by the same parent company who owns Chanel. It was only the two of them in this lovely little umbrella, and you could, that was kind of evident from the products. This particular foundation, which is the Healthy Mix Serum, is basically an exact dupe for the old Pro Lumiere by Chanel that was discontinued, that was lovely and everyone loved. And yeah, so great products. A lot of their products are actually kind of similar to a lot of the Chanel ones. But now that Chanel, or that Bourjois, has been bought over by some other company, and the other company that bought them over, I can't remember the name of it, but I think could it be the same company that owns Wet n Wild, or some other like, you know, kind of more drugstore or high street kind of makeup like that. You know, one of those like really affordable, cheaper makeups. And anyhow, basically, long story short, I'm worried that this is going to change. I'm worried that the formula will change, because obviously it's not going to be made in the same factory as the Chanel one anymore. So I only have like this much left. I'm nearly at the end of this foundation, and I really need to pick up another one, because I would be a little bit devastated if this did change formula. Hopefully they'll be able to keep the formula and nothing will change, but I'm gonna pick up another one or two just in case, whenever I have money. Okay, and then this, there's a similar story behind it. This is my Catrice Camouflage Cream. Love this, mentioned it before, won't surprise anyone who's used to my videos. This is number 10. I think this is extremely comparable to the MAC Studio Finish Concealer, except for in price. This only costs like €3, and the Studio Finish in the same kind of size pot is about €18, but this is just brilliant. Great concealer. I love this, the consistency of it. It sticks well to the skin. And I just can't say enough good things about it. Although there are only 3 shades available, which obviously isn't ideal, but that's kind of the way it is with Catrice. They don't really cater for the very dark skin tones. Anyhow, the reason I'm blabbing about this is because on the Catrice Ireland website, no, the Catrice Ireland Facebook website there last week, this was among a few products that are to be pulled off the shelves here in Ireland. Now, I don't know if they're being discontinued across the board or just in Ireland. It wouldn't make sense if they were being discontinued across the board, because if you go onto the actual Catrice website, like the German-based website, this is down as one of their like top products. So hopefully they're just repackaging or maybe reformulating for the better. But either way, I was very surprised to see that, so I definitely want to pick up another one of those. And yeah, now I wanted to include these in my dream team as well, because again, it's the only powder I've been using all month, and you'll see here how much I love it. I mean, I've already hit pan. Usually takes me a lot longer than that to hit pan in a powder, because I tend to like flitter between a few of them, and not with this. This is the NARS Translucent Crystal Light Reflecting Setting Powder. It is one of the most expensive things that I've bought in the last couple of months makeup wise, and especially wholly for myself, because usually when I buy something more high end, it'd be for the kit. And I usually have to buy a couple of things every month for that, but this was just for myself, and I flippin' love this stuff. I saw Sinead from Viva Adonis first going on about this, and I love it. I just can't believe it took me so long to actually try it out, and now that I've tried it out, it has ruined every other powder for me. Now, I've done a whole video dedicated to this, so I won't go on about it, but The brush that I use all the time is my Real Techniques powder brush. No, it is not the powder brush. The powder brush is actually huge. This is the Real Techniques blusher brush, and this is more than big enough for me. I mean, this would be way too big personally for me for blush, but it is a perfect powder brush size. I don't like massive brushes, so yeah, that's that guy. Now moving on to what I have on my eyes, and I used this in a makeup tutorial not last Friday but the Friday beforehand, and it was like a first impressions tutorial. This is the Nudes palette by Maybelline. There are 12 colours. They're all nude. They're a mixture of warms and cools and a mixture of mattes and satins, and I couldn't love it anymore, mainly because I got it at a reduced price. So a local grocery store here had 33.3% off all the Maybelline products, and instead of paying 15 for this, I paid a tenner for it, which was great. And I hadn't actually heard much about this before I tried it. Now since I've seen mixed reviews, I personally find it lovely to work with. Like some of the mattes can be maybe a tiny bit powdery, but it goes on the eyes beautifully. I've no base on today, and it's gone on really well. So really impressive palette. And I think I had a similar nude palette in last month's favorites, but I kind of do end up reaching for my nudes a little bit more often. I mean, I go through phases, but I've definitely been enjoying nude eyeshadow palettes lately. Okay, just a couple of more things, makeup wise anyhow. I'm not really going to go on about anything skincare because there's nothing that's really like new that's really kind of blowing my socks off, but this is another thing that I showed in that first impressions video, and it is the Catrice Illuminating Blush. I Am Nuts About You number 10. Now these have the overlay, the design has kind of changed. I had other ones, older ones that had quilting on it, and I don't think they exist anymore, but this is lovely and I'm wearing this today. Love this. It's just such a lovely natural blush. It's when you want a little bit of colour but you don't want it to detract from any of the colour on the rest of your face, and it has a tiny bit of shimmer or sparkle in it, but not overpowering by any means. And I do like how it's very neutral down the centre, like a gold neutral with that little bit of like a mauve colour around the edge, so you can definitely customise it a little bit for yourself as well. Really love that, and especially since it's only like £3. And then the last makeup product, it is the Smashbox Brow Tech To Go eye crayon or eyebrow crayon. So this is an eyebrow pencil that you twist up, and the good thing about it is that it will twist back down, unlike the MAC ones, which drive me nuts and break all the time. So this is, you can see there, it goes up and down, and it is kind of like a triangle shape. So this top end is very thin. The bottom end is thicker, so you can use the thin end when you want to get really delicate lines, and you can use the fat end when you want to fill in the centre. Now these are a little bit more expensive, say, compared to the MAC one. The MAC one is about 17. No, it is a different one, a different kind of pencil, but it's the one that I usually use, and this is 22. But this has a gel on the other end, so I don't actually mind the extra, you know, €4 or €5, because you'd spend at least €4 or €5 on a gel, definitely more if it was a high-end gel. So it's just so handy having both of them. I have this on today. This is the brunette colour, but I also picked up the taupe because I wanted both of them for the kit. When I was in London, which is when I got these, when I was over for the Smashbox Masterclass, the idea was to go to the MAC store and use my discount to get the MAC eyebrow pencils. But when I saw Janine Bird, who is the Smashbox head makeup artist for the UK and Ireland, when I saw her using these, I was like, that's it, I'm going to get these instead. So I ended up buying these myself. These weren't even in the goodie bag, so love those. Really enjoying some of the Smashbox products actually, because Smashbox was kind of new to me. And that's as far as I'm going to go with makeup. Other than that, of course, my makeup room, which I've been loving, and it's just such a nicer space to spend time in now that I've done it up. I won't go on about it too much because I did a whole video dedicated to showing you my trip up to IKEA and then how it looks afterwards. So there's a before at the start of the video, then my trip to IKEA, and then after, so you can see that there. I will link to that here and down below. And then the last thing I just wanted to quickly mention was music. I have first of all discovered a new artist this month, and then I downloaded another artist who I'd already knew, or a band say that I'd already known about, but decided to actually download their album because I love them so much. So I'll start off with them. They are Glass Animals. Their album is called Zaba, or Zaba, I'm not sure how you pronounce that. that there, and it's just such a cool album. I love that kind of slightly trippy, there's a little bit of electronica in there. They're like an indie band, but they're like a little bit psychedelic. I don't know, it's kind of hard to describe. You just have to give them a go. Quite laid back as well, but there are like beats and stuff. Love it. Anyhow, it's just like, it's really my kind of music at the moment. Like when I was younger, I was into way heavier music, but I've chilled out so much in the last 10 years. Really love them. But then I also went to a gig earlier on this month. My boyfriend brought me to a gig just on, like, you know, kind of out of nowhere. There was a wee girl from, I think she's from Derry, and her name's Bridie, don't know her surname, but she goes by the name Soak for her like artist name or whatever, and she is unreal. I couldn't get over how amazing her voice was, and when she first came on stage and started singing, she was totally solo, no backing band, like backing music or anything, and it was just unreal. Well, it was herself and her guitar. First of all, she's an unreal guitarist, but her music, her voice is just unreal. Now, I have since like been listening to her and stuff on YouTube. She doesn't have an actual album out yet. I think it's up for pre-order if you want to get it. But she doesn't even sound as good recorded as she does live. Like, she still sounds amazing, so give her a go. But she just has the most amazing voice live. So impressed by her. But anyhow, that's all my favourites for this month. There wasn't a huge amount, to be honest, but it took 16 minutes to record, so there you go. But anyhow, that's it for now. I'll just see you all in my next video. If you're new to my channel, feel free to subscribe. I upload at least 3 times a week. And give this video a thumbs up as usual if you liked it. So thanks so much for watching, guys. See you all soon. Salam.